This is my son's 2004 Pontiac Vibe, and his tag lights went out. You can see one's lit, one isn't. And what happens was both light bulbs were burnt out, so didn't light. And when we jiggled the connection, it lit. So here's what to do to get the connections in the wiring to connect. See those connections? So I'm just bending them a little bit. I'm actually bending them out away from one another. So this is the piece out, and you can see those two pins. That's where the electrical connections happen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bend them a little bit in, kind of like electrical plug. Sometimes if it's loose in the wall, sometimes you can bend the plug pins in a little bit. What I'm doing is I got this tiny little tool, and I'm going to press this towards the center, that towards the center, that towards the center, this towards the center, and then I've got some bulb grease I'm going to stick in there, and that will help with the connections in the light bulb, help the moisture not get to the connections. I've bent those connections in. I've got the bulb grease on the bulb on the connection part so the water doesn't get to it. I'm going to plug the bulb in. Okay, so see those pins? They got a little bit of white grease on them. That's bulb grease or dielectric grease. And the pins, you should be able to see that they are closer to one another than they were before. That'll help them make a better contact. So we test it. You can see the bulb's on. And wiggle the wires. Before, when you wiggle it like this, it would go out, come in, but it's staying on, so that's good. So to get this in, this piece in, it goes in and twists to the right clockwise, but I had to move on this side this piece of wire out. This kind of clicks in to here, which I'm going to do off camera. Now both of them work, and you can wiggle the wires. My son wiggled the wires and he couldn't get them to go out. Before, when you wiggle them, they go out and in, but now they're staying lit. So that's how you fix a bad connection on these tag lights on this Pontiac Vibe. See this piece? Goes in here. My son was having difficulty getting it on, and here's the problem. See that arrow? It's got to go up. These tabs are different. The bottom ones are longer. So you got to put it the proper orientation. There